Hi and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm your lovable host Arno, coming back to you with another video. So I wondered how long it would take before the draconian enforcement of rules started. And it turns out it's day number 2. Because what we've seen today in the media is articles like this starting to appear in the Daily Mail, okay? Police COVID crackdown begins. Mass cops handcuff pensioners and protesters breaking lockdown rules as officers stop cars to quiz drivers after forces vowed to get tough on rule breakers amid fears draconian new laws will last until April. From today, across England, it is illegal to leave home without a reasonable excuse, such as essential shopping. Scotland Yard arrested suspects in Parliament Square outside the Assange hearing, including Eric Levy, 92 years old. 92 years old, people. Boris Johnson will give statement to the Commons today ahead of a vote on his lockdown measures tonight. Police have warned they will be taking a tougher line on enforcing the rules, with fines issued more frequently. But some officers say it will be impossible to find every lockdown flouter as people lie about why they're out. Okay, this is where we're at, people. This is where we're at. Police have arrested anti-lockdown protesters and Julian Assange supporters, including a 92-year-old, for breaking lockdown rules in central London this afternoon, as one overzealous officer stopped cars outside a Berkshire Tesco and handed drivers leaflets asking, "Why are you here today?" Okay, I'm not going to read the whole article, but this is where we're going. This is where we are going, okay? Just remember, a couple of days ago, I said you can bet your bottom dollar that there are going to be a lot more rules, a lot more laws that are enacted, and they're going to be enforced in a draconian fashion, heavy-handed by the police. And here we are on day number 2. Okay, day number 2, they're already talking about this. Now, I want people as well to think about some of the things that we've been told by the media, our disgraceful, despicable government, the opposition, the papers, the BBC, okay, about what's going on in terms of COVID infections in the UK. And what is very, very, very interesting. If anybody didn't see this on one of the episodes that I put out yesterday, I'm going to just go back over here because this is very, very interesting, okay? So I'm going to go over to .gov.uk, okay? And on .gov.uk, in fact, I'm going to actually show you from the start, okay? So we'll do this from the start, okay? I'll just type in .gov.uk, okay? So we'll just do this from the start so we can be sure I am not spreading any medical misinformation. So we've brought the .gov.uk up from the start, okay? So I've just got into the .gov.uk website, and what I'm going to search in this search bar here is NOIDS, N-O-I-D-S, November, Oscar, India, Delta, Sierra, NOIDS, okay? And I'm going to press search. And what comes up here? The notifiable diseases weekly report for 2020. Okay. Now remember what they were telling us in the papers and what the politicians were telling us yesterday. Okay, about infection rates in the UK. So let's look at week 53 of 2020. So that would be the week that went into the first week of this year. Okay. So let's just read this, what it actually is. So, NOIDS Weekly Report. What is the NOIDS Weekly Report? It's statutory notifications of infectious diseases in England and Wales. Weeks of 2020 slash 53 week ending in the 3rd of the 1st 2021. So this is the last week of 2020 going into 2021. Okay, and what does it say this is? So just let's read the contents of this. Table 1: statutory notifications of infectious diseases in the past 6 weeks, with totals for the current year compared with the corresponding periods of the 2 preceding years. Table 2: statutory notifications of infectious diseases for weeks 2020/53, meaning week 53 of 2020, by PHE, region, county, local and unitary authority, including additional diseases notifiable from the 6th of April 2010. Okay, so the registered medical practitioner in England and Wales have a statutory duty to notify a proper officer of the local authority, often the CCDC, the Consultant in Communicable Disease Control, of suspected cases of certain infectious diseases. And it lists all the diseases that would relate to week 53 of this document. Okay, and I'll just read a couple of them out to you, such as malaria, leprosy, typhus, smallpox, scarlet fever, SARS, diphtheria, food poisoning, and obviously also COVID-19 as well. Okay, now what you find in this document as it goes, there's a document for every week of the year. Okay, it shows you, okay, at the top of the tables here. So where my cursor is scanning across the top of this document here, what it lists here is the most common diseases that people are infected with, region by region, in England and Wales for week 53 from the last week of 2020 going into 2021. And what the most common diseases are things like mumps, measles, rubella, scarlet fever, whooping cough, tuberculosis, acute meningitis, food poisoning and malaria. They're the most common, okay? And when to find the COVID-19 infections, okay, you have to scroll down through each document right down to page 14, okay? Because according to the government statistics here, they're obviously not that common, okay? So let's just have a look at how many infections were reported in England and Wales in week 53, which was the weekend in the 3rd of January 2021. So basically the last week of 2020 going into New Year. And what does it say here? 37 infections? 37 infections, okay? And, you know, it's listing them area by area. So I can see in this week of the year, it was showing that the most infections out of those 37 were numbering 6, which were in Bath and North East Somerset. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, people. This is what we're talking about. And let's just go to show this goes right the way through last year, okay? So what I'm going to go now is I'm going to go find a week in the peak of the pandemic, okay? In April, okay? So that should be something around here then, shouldn't it? Week 14. What week is that? Let's have a look. Let's just have a look what week that is. That's the weekend in the 5th of April. So that'd be a perfect week, wouldn't it? To look at, you know, we'd expect very, very high reports of COVID infections, wouldn't we? Okay, so again, we have to scroll all the way down through the document to page 14 to find the COVID infections, don't we? And how many are there in that week in England and Wales? 210 people. 210 at the peak of the pandemic, and according to this table here, it looks like the most infections in the weekend in the 5th of April were 37 in Liverpool. I mean, this is unbelievable, and this is what all these draconian laws are about, is it? Is it? Is this what all these draconian laws are about with figures like this? I mean, what on earth is going on, people? This is the official government statistics on their own website, okay? Now, are people starting to understand why I've been telling people to start thinking about what the hell is going on in all of this? Okay, because those figures don't make any sense from what we are being told. Do they? Do they? You know, this is what we're talking about. We've closed the country down now 3 times, okay? And these are the kind of figures that are coming up on the government website, okay? I am going to leave the link in the description to that government website where you can go and look at these figures for yourself, because it lists those infectious diseases that have been reported. It lists them week by week, area by area in England and Wales, okay? I mean, what on earth is going on here, people? I mean, do these people think that people are not going to go look at things like this? Okay, because these are their own figures. They're not my figures. They're on the government website. Okay, so why are what on earth is going on, first of all? And these people like Hancock and Johnson and Starmer and Patel and Gove and Sturgeon and Drakeford, all of them need to be dragged into Parliament and need to be made to answer some serious questions about what on earth is going on and their roles in all of this. Okay, in all of it, because we have reports today of 93-year-old pensioners being arrested under draconian laws, and these are the kind of figures that are on the government website. And we have Whitty in that press conference yesterday telling us that 1 in 50 people have COVID in the UK. So if that's the case, why are these figures so completely different on the government website? Is someone going to explain to me what on earth is going on here? Because there's something not right here, people. There is something not right. And these people, this disgraceful government, this disgraceful opposition, who are all working together, hand in hand with the media, there's no doubt about it. All of these people need to answer some serious questions about what's going on. Because if I can find this information on the government website, okay, so can they. So can they. And why these same people were printing articles yesterday that over 1 million people have COVID in the UK. All right? So what on earth's going on? Can someone explain to me what on earth is going on? Because these figures are telling a very, very different story on the government website. Okay? So this is where we're at, people. This is where we are at. And it's about time that people started waking up, asking a lot more questions, and these people need to be dragged into Parliament and made to answer some serious questions. And there's no doubt about it. They've got a lot to answer for, these people. Okay? This is where we're at, people, on day number 2 of a lockdown that looks like it's going to go on till April. Okay? This is what they're all spouting now in the media. Okay? It started off as February the 15th a couple of days ago. Suddenly, yesterday, Whitty was saying that the measures would go on till March, and I've seen reports in the media now where they're talking about it going on till April. Okay? So this is where we're at, people. This is where we are at, and I want everyone out there to start seriously thinking about what on earth's going on in all of this. These figures on their own website don't add up. The economic consequences of it all, and their roles, you know, people such as Johnson, Whitty, Valence, Sturgeon, Drakeford, Hancock, Ferguson, the lot of them, the whole lot of them need to be put under some serious scrutiny, made to answer some questions. No more skirting around the issue. No more answering questions with questions. They need to be pinned down on this. because we need to know what on earth is going on, all right? Because there's something not right here, because how can those figures on the government website be so different? That is all I am saying, and I want some questions answered by these people, okay? So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please like and subscribe to the channel, and once you do, please ring the notification bell so I can inform you guys of more videos that I'm going to be putting out. And as I've said many times before, there are a lot more coming, because there's no way I am staying silent with all this kind of thing going on, okay? There's just no way, and that is the way it is. So everybody who watches Arno TV, seriously guys, I want you to look after each other. I want you to take care of yourselves, your friends, your family and your loved ones, okay? And also the people that you don't live with that mean something to you in your life, make sure you keep in touch with them. Text them, call them, video chat with them, you know, whatever. Because don't rely on people like the likes of Hancock, Johnson, Starmer, Patel and the like to look after people you love, because they can't be trusted to do anything, okay? And neither can the mainstream media, okay? Now, I also want to thank all the new subscribers that keep coming in to Arno TV on a daily basis. Thank you so much, people, for your support. I really appreciate your support, and if you can help me grow this channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. So if you can share it with other people, brilliant. The whole channel is replicated on BitChute as well, so you can, you know, if you've got time, please check out the channel there. And also on the BitChute channel, there is the one video that YouTube censored, okay? So you can still watch that there. And I advise everybody to go watch that video, because again, it's information that's in the public domain that is being shed no light on and YouTube censored, okay? But it's still available on BitChute, so go watch it there. Now, I'm going to be back soon with some more videos for you. Until I am, I want everyone to take care. I want you all to look after each other, stay rock and roll, and thank you guys for watching Arno TV.